Universal Studios' Epic Universe is opening in less than 1 month, and preparations for the park are nearing completion while various rides have been testing for weeks or even months. And while there's an infinite amount of reasons to be excited about this brand new theme park, their star attraction, no pun intended, is about to become the best roller coaster in the world. But first, let's back up a little bit and get some context as to why this is. It's August 1st, 2019, and Universal has announced the construction of a brand new property in the form of a groundbreaking theme park. Okay, that time the pun was fully intended. Epic Universe is set to be Universal's 4th theme park, and according to CEO Tom Williams, quote, our most immersive and innovative theme park we have ever created. This 750-acre mega property consists of 5 worlds interconnected by portals that will transport guests to each themed section. These 5 worlds include the Isle of Berk, Super Nintendo Land, the Ministry of Magic, Dark Universe, and last but certainly not least, Celestial Park. This section in particular is the centerpiece of Epic Universe, and it has a pretty interesting theme. Celestial Park is occupied by its citizens, the Celestians, who are known to be extremely advanced beings. The Celestians are very intimately connected with the cosmos, and they consequently share the ability to create some surreal and impossibly beautiful things. Their city, or world, I guess, is powered by the centerpiece, the Kronos, which makes these miraculous inventions possible. The area's main attraction, Stardust Racers, constructed by German manufacturer Mach Rides, expands on this idea. The storyline's essence is that the genius engineering core behind Celestial Park have discovered a way to harness comets and ride them. Since then, it has become a popular pastime among Celestians to race one another on these comets, and parkgoers get the opportunity to experience this competitive yet recreational activity, if you will. Looking at the ride itself, the layout looks amazing. Everything about this coaster from beginning to finish is marvelous, which is a routine occurrence with Mach's best coasters. Helix, Ride to Happiness, Hyperia, and other top-tier Mach coasters all prioritize quality elements over providing a long ride, and they institute an unmatched flow of surreal elements as soon as the train departs the station. Stardust Racers looks no different, and while the layout is slightly repetitive with its dose of airtime, that is the ride's main focus, so you can't blame them. And of course, who could forget about the Celestial Spin? Not a lot of roller coasters have centerpiece elements, but the coasters that do are iconic, layout and all. Dueling Dragons, which operated just down the road with its mirrored vertical loops, would be the most similar comparison to draw in this case. So let's go back to the primary topic of this discussion. Is Stardust Racers going to become widely regarded as the world's best roller coaster? It's gonna be tough to beat, but it's very possible. Looking at the stats first, this ride will have 2 dueling tracks that achieve a max height of 133 feet, reach a top speed of 62 miles per hour, and traverse about 4,800 feet of track. These stats are quite similar to what's widely accepted as the world's #1 right now Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure. Other coasters such as Iron Gwazi and Steel Vengeance also qualify for the world's #1 coaster debate. However, what sets Velocicoaster apart from those is that it provides a fully themed experience from the entrance to the queue to the ride itself. And I see you guys pointing at Ride to Happiness right now. That ride fits those attributes also. But the main difference between the top coasters of today and this impending roller coaster is that Stardust Racers checks all of those boxes with 2 tracks that race each other. This creates a sort of X factor never seen before with any other attraction built in the past decade or so, including Velocicoaster. It's like if someone took Dueling Dragons and redesigned it to account for the most desired elements of today's best roller coasters. But the one thing that could hold Stardust Racers back from becoming the world's best coaster is the level of immersion. We all know the queue line will probably be loaded with awesome effects and peak Universal storytelling that we've seen with past rides from them. However, another look at the ride portrays a pretty barren, flat plot of land on which the coaster resides with no atmospheric or thematic effects during the ride. The only exception being the trains, which by the way will offer speakers playing its own unique soundtrack during the ride and spectacular lighting effects for epic night rides. Anyway, this worries me a little bit because Velocicoaster just bombards you with an incredible layout plus an amazing setting, landscape, and on-ride theming. So if Stardust Racers has nothing else in store for the ride experience itself, it may not be able to one-up the likes of the coaster down the street, but we'll see once the reviews start rolling out. Speaking of reviews, team members and employees have been spotted experiencing Epic Universe for a few weeks now, and some have taken to the comment sections of numerous park-related videos, so let's see what they think. YouTube user Uric2492 says, I got the chance to ride this today and it is a huge improvement over Velocicoaster. YouTube user Bottom Mellow gives the ride a chef's kiss, and when they were prompted with the big question says that it knocks Velocicoaster out of the park. Another YouTube user by the name of Chase Anderson, who is apparently stationed in the Dark Universe section of the park, got a little bit more in depth. He stated that Stardust Racers was, quote, like Velocicoaster in a way, but with way more airtime and a fabulous dueling feature. You hear that, airtime fanatics? It looks like it'll be your number one. On the other hand, YouTube user KurtBakerFun9473 essentially called Velocicoaster a more intense and superior ride while giving the layout of Stardust Racers the benefit of the doubt. Also, if you're curious, Mauser256 says the green side is better than the yellow side. Now, I will say that recency bias is a thing in the coaster community, and quite a prominent thing at that. As new rides come out offering innovative new experiences, layouts, and sensations, people tend to over-exaggerate these new rides before giving them some more rides and thought and adjusting. This is until the next big ride comes out and the cycle restarts. So people could just be saying that Stardust is better than Velocicoaster because it's new and they're not fully adjusted to the experience yet like they are with Velocicoaster. With that out of the way, I should probably address the elephant in the room. About a month ago, it was discovered that Mach Rides added a pair of trim brakes in the middle of the drop off the top hat. This worried many coaster enthusiasts as they were suddenly expelled under the anxiety that the experience of Stardust Racers would be hindered. However, this was only added due to concerns that the transition of G-forces from negative to positive in the back row was just barely outside local regulations. Universal allegedly had accepted with much reluctance that this was the only combatant to the situation after multiple attempts were made to prevent the addition of trim brakes. While this was a series of unfortunate events, this was exclusively done for safety purposes and it should not be of concern to anyone. If anything, the ride was so insane that it had to be nerfed a little bit, so that only adds to how insane Stardust Racers will be. Okay, that was a slight stretch. So in summary, Stardust Racers will definitely be the most thrilling attraction at the exciting new Epic Universe theme park. But with its interesting storytelling, amazing layout, and incredible dueling feature, this coaster has got a genuine shot at becoming the world's best roller coaster. While the ride may lack some things that could hold it back from dethroning the coaster just down the road, that doesn't take away from how special it will be to ride Stardust Racers. So do you agree or disagree with the points I brought up? Share all of your thoughts in the comments below and maybe fiddle with some of the YouTube features down there as well, such as the subscribe button. Signing off for now, this has been Storm, and I'll see you coaster lovers next time.